Welcome back to RuneScape 3's Combat Only Ironman, Nil Skills. Last episode was absolutely loaded. Early on, we ended up finishing full Void and all the helmets. We then proceeded to buy the Vampirism Aura. Later on, we received our Best in Slot Amulet. Oh my god! And we managed to grab not one Kingali pet, but two pets. I got another pet. And last but not least, we unlocked the Altar of War. 87 hit points has been achieved. Oh shit! There it is! The Hexcrest! I'm running! Actually, I can just teleport. What am I doing? That was completely unexpected. We go to the Slayer creature kills. We scroll to the bottom and go up. 724 KC. Very cool. Now, the Hexcrest will allow us to do a lot more damage and be a lot more accurate when using magic on Slayer tasks. It's actually much better than Void, so it seems like I might want to get Arims sooner than later as well. Oh, I did want to add that from that whole grind, we can say, quote-unquote grind, of jungle strike worms, I got a total of 6 hard clues from them, as well as 5 sealed elite clue scrolls. And the rest of these elite clue scrolls, they are over here, came from barrows. I think I'm gonna stack these up until I have maybe the max amount of 25. I'm pushing off elites as far as I can because I want to be able to do every step that I can within the account's restrictions. And for all I know, some of these steps will require these combat stats to be higher. So pushing off doing elite clues just essentially gives me more time. So now's the time to add 2 additional tasks to our to-do list. First, we've already been doing this, but I may as well mint it on the list. We want to start doing barrows for the Amulet of the Forsaken, Guthans, and Tier 70 barrows weapons. Naturally, we already have one of those, which puts it in progress. And I want to complete the Anima Islands for the abilities that are contained in the reward shop, as well as the War Priest armor set. Yet another clip of AFK training. We got 87 Constitution, 85 Strength, and we have started to work on Magic, trying to get that to 85 as well. We've gained 2 levels since starting, and once we get this to 85, we will begin on range, but we will first have to make a pit stop to God Wars Dungeon 2, where we will get a Zamorak Insignia, I believe it's called, and that will allow us to replace these arrows, well, with proper arrows to train range, right? But yes, I'm making the most of this event to get in as much AFK time as possible, all while being able to use the Vampirism Aura. If you watched the Inquisitor series, you will know that I love AFK activities, and, well, this is a wonderful AFK activity. 10 minutes of AFK time if I don't interact with the game at all, or if I have the game focused, I can leave something on my spacebar and I get a full hour of AFK, because that's how long the Vampirism Aura lasts. But of course, that's only really during this event. I guess after the event, I would be able to use the Aura for a singular hour, then it would be on cooldown for 3 hours. Oh, and for all the mage training done so far, I've used a little under 2,000 air runes. Not too shabby. So today is the 2nd of October, and I'm just waking up here. I am reading some of the comments on the first episode of this series, and apparently you can talk to this guy, Naztroth, in Lumbridge to lock skills? What? Oh my god. Huh. Oh my god. This, I believe, is game-changing. Oh my god. I've been living under a rock. Well, at least I didn't ruin my account in the meantime, I say as I glance over my crafting and construction XPs. You play the game and you learn more as you go along. 10 skills I have access to. Very cool. So as it turns out, you can also reset an amount of XP for specific stats or a stat of your choice, but I opted not to do this. I must live with my mistakes. I don't really care about the XP. I made the mistakes, so I'll keep it on my account. So we will take advantage of the XP locks when this whole event is over. 85 magic, just slid on into the skills area. Now I guess we swap over to range. AFKing in this event sure is the bee's knees. God, what a saying, what a saying. It is time. We're going to toss all of the loot from the bandits into the bank. I wanted to show off the stacks that I've gathered from that. 1,300 cosmics, 1,300 natures, 1,700 law runes, and of course a combination of death runes from barrows and from bandits alike. But the goal now is to go to the Heart of Galenor, also known as God Wars Dungeon 2, to grab the Zamorak Insignia. It is a pocket item. That means it goes in this slot right here above the Zamorak arrows that I have. And the goal is to get 500 reputation with the Zamorak faction, of course, and that will give me the item. Normal mode and rage mode. Ah, so that's like something that is completely irrelevant to what I'm trying to find. I see. Oh, no. No. Okay, I went to the completely wrong spot. And here we are, the Heart of Galenor for the first time. Not here to kill bosses. How can I improve my reputation? Defeat our enemies, and use ingression fragments to call in reinforcements for us. Bounty Master over there, Feng, can also help you improve your standing by offering you bounties. Speak to him if you'd like to know more. Well, and I'm sure if you could somehow find a way to defeat the other faction's generals, that would certainly earn you a lot of favor. Feng. Get bounty. I want to fight for Zamorak. Bounty is to slay those loyal to Saren in the name of Zamorak. And so I started killing Saren's minions. Magic shield bow, an ingression fragment. I don't have one of those. I very quickly learned that Void was not the call for this escapade. No way it chased me this far. Oh, and did I mention that monsters once attacked don't de-aggro in this dungeon, unless if you fully leave? Yeah, it may be time to take some AoE abilities off of my hotbar. And so I geared up in tank. The first bounty is complete. 150 reputation. I thought it was 250. And I need 500? Oh, I can't tell you how boring that was. Sure, give me a bounty. More Saren, okay. 69 range. I'm doing some testing because I am getting gutted here. Yes, I'm losing too much health. Vampirism cannot keep up with this range setup. Hence the ridiculous magic shield bow in my hand. If Rejuvenate can sustain me, then I can hold on to this for a while then, while I train the range level up higher, do more damage, and hopefully swap to the magic short bow later, but that will all depend. We conclude today by doing my dailies. I achieved 87 attack, 88 hit points, and 69 range total. I couldn't really find a range setup that worked with AFKing at bandits. I used up all my Chinchompas in the meantime. Another deaths assignment completed. And this is back-to-back Reaper task completed because I didn't finish that Reaper task yesterday, and I had a new one today. We are back at God Wars Dungeon 2, just as we're gonna be finishing up this task here. I have no clue what this multiplier does, so the whole goal about getting the Zamorak rep at this point is to use magic, attack the wolves and the warriors because they're weak to wind magic, air magic, I guess, and then attack the Saren mages and rangers when they are under half health, so they do less damage and die quicker. Hand in the bounty, and that is 150 more reputation with Zamorak. Let us check it out. We are currently at 345. One more task. Oh, I have to kill Ancient now. Interesting. Because I have to kill Ancient warriors now, I have to swap to fire spells. Ah, we can summon a larger monster now. Whoa, look at the Butcher Demon. Not gonna lie, following day, we sent it, we hand in the bounty, and that means that we can now claim our Zamorak Insignia. Very cool. And the reputation is as follows, 525. We're done here for now. Let's go AFK some range, or die trying, literally. 89 health. For me right now, this is the optimal spot to stand in. It doesn't look that way looking at my health right now, but I was previously standing one tile to the south in that spot where I just killed that bandit. So we will sit with this for now. Here it is. This is the kill. Once I hit level 70 range has been achieved, and we unlock nothing. Well, the Carol's Crossbow and the Black Salamander. But we have to get the Carol's Crossbow, and we can't get the ammo for the Black Salamander. And the Carol's Crossbow works just like it does in Old School, where every shot consumes one bolt rack, which is very depressing to hear about. As you would expect, just like in old school RuneScape, Akharunu's shop is only accessible part of the way through the Ghosts Ahoy quest, which we cannot start. Sadly, to start Ghosts Ahoy, you need 25 agility and 20 cooking. I can't accept it. Ghosts Ahoy will also limit me for progressing through the Necromancy questline, which is a little bit unfortunate. But at the very least, I know we can do Rune Mythos now that our skills are locked. I just realized that we hit 750 total skill level, which is very cool, and that was by getting 71 range. You have unlocked the ability to move your non-existent house to Mazcab. Wow, this is absolutely game-changing. Look at us go. Another day of AFKing behind us, and we have 75 range. This one was definitely slower because I can't stand in the optimal spot right in front of the door here, and I had to make use of the adamant and mithril arrows. I'm on the mithril arrows now that I had sitting in the trash tab. These do not do enough damage to maintain my health, and I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is. If you're taking too much damage, you want to stand back here with mithril arrows. And if you're at full health, you can take another step forward, essentially. Or if you're feeling adventurous, you can take another step forward, where I generally stand with adamant arrows. At first glance, it only looks like we can buy 25 rune arrows per day from shops. So as you can imagine, getting more than that as drops is pretty insane. I guess getting the mithril and adamant arrow drops from the God Wars Dungeon 2 monsters was a good thing. Agaroth defeated for this week. We claim our rewards. We will crack them into summoning to save us some additional green charms. 3.8k XP bonus and only 140 green charms. Though our next goal is 46 summoning for the Pyre Lord, so it's not too far away technically. 46 has been set. And there's the goal. A cheeky early morning range level before we kick off the day with some barrows. Well, there's another Death's assignment completed, and I think I'm gonna do some Slayer today. Get that level up 75, work towards that 77 Slayer goal, maybe even make use of our Hexcrest for the first time today. We have nabbed ourselves a Ghouls task, as you can see in the top right here, and I wanted to show you all the accuracy increase from the Hexcrest. So wearing our normal gear, let us attack one of these. 75% chance to hit. We toss on the Hexcrest, and that goes up by 10%, which is sort of insane. And also, I don't think wearing the Aram's robe skirt will help here. Let's just check though. Oh, nope, still 85%. It's just that one ability has the 91% hit chance. So we can wear normal Mystic on these tasks, but that Hexcrest is going to help us a lot with Slayer. 75 Slayer coming in, and that means we can now kill gargoyles, but we can't actually be assigned them until we reach that 90 Slayer threshold. So I was recently informed that as long as you have the High Alch runes in your inventory, you can actually just drag and drop onto the price checker here, and it will alch whatever item you drag onto the coins, aka the price checker. It's very cool. 150 points means that we grab ourselves 30 points. Very cool. Gets us closer to our first unlock. And that is that 79 range achieved from around 1,000 adamant arrows and from around, I'd say, 2,800 mithril arrows. It's time to swap back to attack. And also, I would go right to 80 or even 85 range, but arrows are far and few between, and I don't really have any good ones left. There's 60. Another approximately halfway left on the timer, and we get a reward. Summoning ingredients, please. Give me that second piece of the shaman outfit. Nice. We got the headdress. Oh, heck. There's a prayer level. And here it is. We are going to catch it live. The hit points level gone to 90. And the first level 90 skill on the account. That is very cool. Very cool indeed. Oh, and we also got 88 attack too just a couple minutes ago, so that's also cool. Oh. A Torag's plate body. Does that mean I just finished the full Torag set? Oh my god. Yes, we certainly have. Oh my god. Torag's helm, Torag's body, Torag's legs, and Torag's hammer. That is crazy. 86 magic has been achieved. We will kill the worm, and we will get our first piece of Guthans. Did I say Guthans? I meant bolt racks. There is 25 death assignments completed. 9 Reaper points. And fun fact, we can actually check in the settings of our currency that we have 213 Reaper points now. Oh boy, those elite clues are getting up there. We can get 7 more before we're capped. 91 hit points and 91 attack, both achieved today. I'm not going to lie, I was AFKing while editing and I got 90 attack then. So I decided to wait until the end of the day to record this clip. The next goal is 92 attack. Why 92, I hear you asking? Well, at 92, you receive the highest boost possible from a super set potion. Super attack, super strength, etc. So obviously, the next goals are 92 attack, 92 strength, so on and so forth. 92 attack achieved this fine morning. Another Reaper task completed, unfortunately. No loot. Rangers around Mazcab are now feeling brave enough to guide you to Ot and Kanata. Hey, Canada? Woo! 2,000 rep out of 5,000. Oh, here we are. Bandits, our favorite place to AFK. We have 92 hit points and 89 strength now. I love the AFK during this event. It is very nice. But that is all for today. Another 20 minutes or so, and then I am off to sleep. Oh, a milestone, you have killed 200. The Barrows brothers. Yet another Reaper task completed. We're getting dangerously close to the cap on Elite Clue Scrolls. Here we are live for the level as I managed to catch it before it popped. Here we have 92 strength coming in, and there it is. The giant swing, 92 strength, halfway there. There is 1 day left of this event, and I believe that we are going to chuck the rest of the AFK XP onto defense. Now, I have the Hexcrest, which will help me a lot with Slayer, so I'm going to lean towards using magic on Slayer tasks as opposed to the other styles. This will, of course, level up my magic as well as my Slayer at the same time, meaning that I hopefully shouldn't have to AFK magic anymore. Now range, that's a separate issue I'll think about in the future when I need it. I'm sorry I forgot to unmute the gameplay for that last clip. Rip. And the cherry on top that we get to catch live as it happens, 93 hit points has been achieved. The new highest level skill, most likely the last hit point level of this event. Oh shit! The Aram's robe top. You'll love to see it. It feels like it's been a minute since I've had an item, but that is absolutely acceptable. We toss that in, we replace the Mystic robe top, and we toss it to the trash tab. The Reaper task completed, and the last one of the event. Time to return to AFKing for the rest of the day. As we see the Vampirism aura tick down to 1 and to none, that means the event is over, and we can no longer use the Vampirism aura for 3 hours. It is currently recharging. The event is over! I timed it perfectly, so it lined up with giving me an extra hour of usage. And we achieved 93 Constitution and 89 Defense. I had a goal of 90. Unfortunately, we didn't quite make it there, but hey, we can grab that in the future. So, while I'm in the bank here, I did want to share the fact that while doing my AFKing, I would occasionally look back, and 2 times I saw an Agent 001, and interacting with this individual, he gave me clue caskets. Agent 001 is a penguin and can be found wandering around Gelinor. So, we have an easy casket. The reward will be reroll token, very cool, and the medium reward will be a magic composite bow and a Guthix page 3. You know what? 2 collection log slots? I'm gonna keep it. Oh, and I will remember to turn off the Reaper group assignments and the larger tasks for now. I just want my boss tasks to be a nice little something extra I do every day. I don't want them to be longer than they need to be right now. Alright, so something new I've learned today. Some things reset on logout, while other things will reset on the server rolling over to the next day. I couldn't get my task from Trinks here because I hadn't logged out yet. So by relogging or hopping worlds, I am now able to get a task from him. That's very interesting. All right, here it is. A big level coming in here. 67 prayer. It's not really a big level, I lied, but it's fine. Another total level for us. Oh, Reaper task, oh, Reaper task. 'Tis called Zuck. Huh? No thanks. Several hard boss skips later. Well, looks like we're gonna go do some giant mole. Not gonna lie, that felt super yucky. Not really a fan of the giant mole hard mode. Oh. Hello, Cowfight Queen Head. Nice to meet you. Straight to the trash tab. Here's the Reaper task completed for us. We grab 10,000 Slayer XP and 76 Slayer. Alright, it is time to ruin the account. Oh god. Alright. Let's see, should get blocked XP for this. Yep, you blocked 3 Hunter XP, which is awesome. On the various 4 Anima Islands, there are different activities you can do per island which pertain to different skills. So as you can see, I can kill the lightning and bring the charge to the center. I can set those traps, which will divert lightning to the center. You blocked 0 construction XP. That's so funny. Or we can build those pylons just like that, and eventually they will be struck by lightning, and an orb will spawn that we have to lure to the middle. And there we go, the sentient lightning has spawned, so I click lure on it, and I will step to the other side of the unstable court, which will lure the lightning into the center. And that will also charge it up. So the whole goal per island is to get 25% of this progress, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. But just doing the minigame as a whole on every single island will definitely be better than what Overfletch and I cooked up previously. For points at least. And if you die while doing this minigame, you just get restored to full health, as I probably would have shown previously. So as you can see in the chat, I've siphoned all the anima that I can from this island, and we've hit 25%. We've moved on to the next one. So this island gives agility XP when you cross between these islands. And I believe the whole point is to charge the active runestone, maybe? Yes, and it will change between these islands. So you have to run around. Can I go backwards, or do I have to go all the way around? I have to go all the way around. All right, we're learning as we do. So it's a pretty simple island. Oh, and this also gives Dungeoneering XP. And you can see all the XP that we're blocking in the chat. Now, obviously, if I wasn't able to block XP, I wouldn't be doing this. But since I can block XP, I'll be able to complete the Anima Islands much faster and not have to spend more time than I have to here. So I think you get the gist of it. You interact with the crossings to get around, and the whole point is to just charge these active runestones. And there we go, we've siphoned all we can from this island. This is an island that I've shown off before, but instead of doing the roots over here, burning it with the holy fire, we will take the relic and go to the afterlife where we can resurrect those ghosts and make them pass on. Capture the soul in your relic, take it back to the altar to cleanse it. So as you saw, we raised the tormented soul after claiming the soul. We defeat it and turn into it. Then we bring it over to this last rites portal to exorcise it. And that gives prayer XP. So you will gain XP here. Do I have to use it on the altar? I do not. And we put that soul to rest, and that gave us extra percentage. So there we go, Astromancers protect you from death, and that is your example of what happens when you die. So, as handing in the relic with the lost soul inside of it is 3%, we're able to get 75% pretty comfily on this island. On this final island here, the Overgrown Remnants, I believe chopping the vines is actually a better thing to do here. I need a hatchet to do that. Oh, so now I don't have a hatchet on my tool belt. When it matters, huh? Crush your herbs to add them to the root. Blocked 0 Herblore XP. So I might actually have to get an axe and put it on my tool belt in order to do this mini game. Yeah, you need a hatchet to do that. That's so funny. So I might actually fail this one, but as you can see, the whole point is to get these herbs, which you would also receive from these vines, and nurturing the roots to these flowers. The last herb, we nurture the root to the plant, collect the seeds, and then we return the seeds to the tree. We got 848 anima from that game, and we would have been able to get 1,000 if we were able to do that mini game properly. So it'll be 14,500 reward currency required to buy all of the abilities here. But I also need to grab the armor. This is the War Priest armor set I would have mentioned previously, and that will cost a total of 13,000 reward currency. So it'll be around 24 to 25 games required. And if we calculate 25 games at 20 minutes a pop, that'll be 500 minutes divided by 60 minutes in an hour, meaning it will be around 8 hours and a half. Hello, Bob. Thank you for the free bronze hatchet. Now, instead of adding this to my tool belt, I genuinely think it's a bug how I don't have a hatchet and I have a bronze pickaxe. I started with the pickaxe and I can't remove it, but I didn't even get a bronze hatchet stored immediately, so I don't know, maybe it's not a bug. But we don't need the inventory space anyways, so I'm just gonna leave it in my inventory. I've discovered that chopping these vines is a lot more of these herbs per action, essentially. Oh, okay. So you get the anima currency from this island by nurturing the roots and by bringing the seeds from the energy plants to the main tree. It makes sense now. Wow, and would you look at that? You've siphoned all the anima you can from this island. We are at 100%, which means we'll get our first 1,000 anima. And there it is, 1,000 anima. Very cool. And we dive right back in. I have discovered that rebuilding these shattered pylons is definitely the best way to do this island. I just completed the 100% and I'm around halfway through the progress bar of this island. That's pretty nuts. Another event completed, and we are going to grab the summoning ingredient so that we can get another piece of the summoning outfit. We grab the shaman's leggings. Very cool. And as we descend from the sky, that was the final game required. Over 27,500 anima has been gathered from the minigame. That is the requirement for all of the armor and all of the abilities. It actually ended up taking me around 9 to 10 hours, an extra hour for this transfigure ability, which I was initially planning on putting off, but decided, why not get it? So without further ado, let's buy everything. One by one, they hop into the inventory, the helmet and the cape, and last but not least, the abilities, sacrifice, devotion, transfigure, and Tuska's Wrath. Very cool. So what do these abilities do? Tuska's Wrath allows you to one-shot a Slayer monster. So essentially whatever your Slayer task is, you can just one-shot a creature whenever it's not on cooldown. I hear Transfigure isn't too useful, but it is used for maybe 1 or 2 of the endgame bosses. Devotion and Sacrifice are apparently going to be the top 2 abilities that I'm unlocking from this minigame. So Devotion changes the protection prayers from a damage reduction to an actual protection prayer, one from old school Runescape at least. And Sacrifice allows us to heal for damage that we deal, at least when I use that ability. But these are some awesome unlocks because, don't forget, abilities are just as important as gear on RuneScape 3. So now that I have all of these, let's toss on the War Priest for the first time. They will change from the tier 1 to the tier 3 as we equip it. So we toss on the gloves, we toss on the boots, the chest, the cape, the helmet, and the robe legs. The cape is just lightning. Okay, that's pretty cool. What is this filter that's currently on? I think it's the world. Skybox filters, clear. Oh, there we go, that fixed it. All right, this is what the War Priest armor set looks like, at least for Tuska. And I have to say, that looks pretty neat. Sort of nuts, but hey. And the set effect on damaging attacks, 1% chance to deal critical damage to the target, and a 1% chance per piece equipped. So with the full set equipped, that is an additional 6% chance to deal critical damage. This, of course, will be our best in slot Necromancer set. And as I would have mentioned previously, unfortunately, we can't upgrade the weapons, so I'm sort of stuck with the tier 1 stuff, but hey. At least the hybrid gear can be used in this instance, even though this does sort of look funny. I mean, hey, the skull sort of matches the skull on the chest, sort of, kinda. It's gonna be funny. 68 prayer. You have unlocked the Gobi pet. 2.5k rep, which means we are over halfway now to the final total value of 5,000. I've swapped my boots for barrows to the War Priest of Tuska, so I don't have to swap them anymore. Oh! Carol's offhand pistol crossbow. That's quite the mouthful, but hey, that's one of 3 Carol weapons, I believe. And that is finally a better range weapon, though it is an offhand pistol, so we have to keep that in mind. Reaper task completed. So I have gathered a bunch of necromancy supplies over time, so we are going to deposit all here. And that is all I can deposit. So does training necromancy right now do anything for my goals? Absolutely not, but I'm gonna do it anyways. 50 necromancy, and a couple new people arrived. We have started Rune Mythos. I figured while I'm here, I may as well get it started. We have to imbue these pure essence with necrotic energy to make them impure. It is complete. We take the loot. Oh, I forgot to note them. Oops. Deposit what I can, and then I will take the rest in note form. I'm actually going to toss all these except for one into the trash tab, because the only spell that I get with these spirit runes that I'm going to be crafting one of is the City of Unteleport, which I have the lodestone for, so I think taking the 15-second or so teleport animation versus making more runes afterwards is a fair thing to do. I also feel like creating these spirit runes just for the sole purpose of teleporting to the city would be a waste of time. We enter the dark portal. We attempt to craft spirit runes. Stop playing with things you clearly aren't ready for. True! We don't plan to do rune crafting on this account. We craft the rune. We blocked 11 rune crafting XP. And there it is, we have unlocked incantations, though we will never make use of them. That is 76 quest points, we get some more rituals, 1500 necromancy XP, and that is that. So we grab the necromancy XP. Wonderful, and we destroy the rune crafting XP lamp. I did want to add that by completing Rune Mythos, that is as far as we can go in the necromancy questline. As for the Vessel of the Harbinger, you need to complete the Ghosts Ahoy quest, which requires both agility and cooking. So now that we've blocked some skills, we can take a look at the Well of Souls here, and we can unlock one of these, but I'm not entirely sure which one I want. Well, obviously the incantation is useless for me, so it's between a Vengeful Ghost and a Putrid Zombie. I feel like the zombie's just more damage, so I guess I'll go with that. Unlock. With 80 strength and 65 prayer, we open the coffin and get our next prayer XP lamp. We recover it, rub the ancient prayer lamp, and gain 60,000 prayer experience. Very cool. And that is 69 prayer. And that is all of the bonus rewards claimed from the Death of Chivalry. And there it is, 54 necromancy. I was gonna skip this one, but I decided why not inform you of the new abilities that I just got. Soul Sap is a basic ability and deals moderate damage and will generate adrenaline. It will also generate residual soul stacks, and those are consumed by Soul Strike. And the residual souls are, of course, displayed in your buff bar area. 55. And here it comes. 60 necromancy has been unlocked. We can now clear these mounds of dust, which I have to do after we finish this ritual. And we now have access to greater rituals, which use different types of bones and mementos, all that fun stuff. But our grind is not over yet. Our goal is 62 for the Spectral Scythe ability, which is essentially the main DPS for the necromancy skill. So let's head over to here and clear these mounds of dust. Not that it matters to do this right now, but just to have them conveniently cleaned for when we need them. I have not looked at this Well of Souls in a while, so let's take a peek and see how many souls. 1789. That is fantastic, because we are level 60 necromancy, and we are pretty reasonably close to 2,000 vessel souls. And here it is, 62 necromancy, which means we can now use the Spectral Scythe ability. Before we dive into that though, I forgot to clear some mounds of dust. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping on this front right now, real quick, and go check the Well of Souls to see if we managed to get... We did manage to get over 2,000 vessel souls in order to get the Spectral Scythe ability. We unlock that, and that is our best area of effect DPS unlocked. Now, of course, the Spectral Scythe only gets better at the upper tiers as it gets more and more upgrades. And that's that. Here's the stats comparison. As you can see, we are almost 800 skill total. Most notable levels are, of course, HP, attack, and strength, getting to that point. The past 90 point. Before we transition to the outro, I would like to note that this is the final episode for now. I haven't played RuneScape 3 since the end of 2023, and it is now May of 2024. So with that said, I appreciate all of you who've kept up with the RuneScape 3 series. I'd like to give a big thank you to the channel members, and most recently, Debears, who has joined at the first tier. Thank you for that. If you wish to join their ranks, you can hit that join button below the video and support the channel. And until next time, everyone, I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, hit the like button down below, and I will see you in the next one.